Yo, it's your boy Pro Up. Thank you once again for stopping by to watch my videos. And if you're new here, I'm a graphic designer who loves tech. I love making logos for brands, and not that I niche down or anything, I just specialize in making logo designs. And I'll walk you through how I made a logo for a footwear company called Ishidi Collections, and I'll briefly read the brief. Ishidi Collection is a luxury footwear brand that specializes in creating high quality, durable leather shoes. We are making a logo that reflects our brand's values, sophistication, and attention to details. Design objectives: create a logo that embodies the luxury and durability of Ishidi Collections footwear. Develop a design that is timeless, elegant, and sophisticated. Ensure the logo is versatile enough to be used across various platforms, including packaging, marketing materials, and websites. Their target audience: fashion-conscious individuals who value high-quality luxury footwear, professionals and entrepreneurs who appreciate craftsmanship and attention to detail. The design requirements: the logo should include the brand name Ishidi Collection or a stylized version of it. Incorporate the design elements that reflect the luxury leather shoe industry, such as leather-inspired textures or patterns, classic typography or lettering, symbols or motifs that evoke craftsmanship, quality, or sophistication. Consider a combination mark or wordmark logo that incorporates a symbol or icon. Ensure the logo is scalable and legible in various formats, including business cards, packaging, websites, social media. And the brand personality is sophisticated, elegant, refined, luxurious, attentive to detail, committed to quality. The color palette of choice: the primary color, rich, dark brown or black, to evoke luxury and sophistication. Secondary color, optional, a deep warm leather tone or gold accent, to add warmth and elegance. So the business owner here gave me full creative freedom to work on this logo. But the brief is this, and I'll just quickly walk you through how I made the logo. And before we do that, I'll have to sketch the logo ideas that I had in mind while designing the logo. So stick with me till the end. And thanks for staying by once again. It's your boy Pro Up. See you on the design phase. Peace. We're sketching our ideas first before vectorizing it in Illustrator. So let me get my dotted grid sketch pad. Even though I'm not even sure I'm going to work with the grids, but let me just get it. It's been a while since I used this sketch pad, and this video might be a bit lengthy. It might be a bit longer than the other videos I've made because it's a process. And we have a page for that. Okay, all right, I think so. Let's walk here, right? Maybe this might be distracting because of the pages beneath it. And let's work on this page. So I was thinking I wouldn't want to do I wouldn't want to do a cliche logo. I wouldn't want to do, even though I'm tempted to do that, something that has like a footwear, like someone's leg. Even though I want to do that, I'm afraid I wouldn't want to do something like that. And let me see if I can get the get it closer. Yeah, so at least you see what I'm sketching better. I don't know if this is good, but I think we could work with this. So I want to start with just having the word mark Ishidi. I want to see if I can have Ishidi. Maybe it's not big enough for camera, so let me just make it a bit bolder. I hope I'm not covering the whole. I want to have like Ishidi. So if you're a beginner graphic designer, you're tempted to want to tell yourself that you don't know how to draw, and that's why you don't design. That's not true. Drawing is for fine artists, it's not for graphic designers. So if you just have an idea of how to sketch things, a thumbnail sketch, a rough sketch, that's good enough. That's good enough. There's this PDF file by Gareth David. If you know Gareth David Studios, you should check his YouTube page. Maybe I'll drop a link to the PDF in this video in the link beneath. So it's a PDF. It's titled Drawing to Design. Yeah, that's the title of the PDF. So it's just teaching people how to design. So I want to put this eye here. I'm thinking, just put the eye here instead of having the whole Ishidi thing inside there. Or on the second thought, I want to still have that, and I'm gonna do this quickly. Have this here. So this idea generation stage is where where the gist of the matter is where the main work is, to generate an idea that really works for a brand. It's not just about bringing elements together, but you generating logo ideas that works for the brand. So I want to use the negative space as the I, then the D and the I will be here, and to see if it will work. I'm not sure this will work, but yeah, that's just an idea. That's just another idea. So, and I'll also try something like this. I'll make it slanty since it's a footwear brand and I want to signify movement, something that makes the logo looks as if it's moving. I want to slant it this way to signify movement, and I was just playing my head as I want to make this S longer here so that it will be like covering distance. That's just what's playing my head, and have like, you know, there's a stroke, there's a equidistance, there's just a fitting here. This part of the S and this part is just aligned to each other this way. Yeah, and I also have another, okay, I have the H here. So this one I'm not gonna put the whole Ishidi. My thought is just to leave the ISH here. And okay, so the business owner actually gave me full creative process. So despite the what's it called, the brief, the client brief, he still gave me full creative process to go ahead and do as I will with the brand. Just that some key things to have the initials played out, whether abstract or, yeah, just to have the initials. So I normally don't even draw logos this serious. I just have rough sketches. So I'm trying to see if I can have the ISH. My whole goal now is to have the ISH. That's the Ishidi, not the whole name like the Ishidi, just the ISH, the first three initials for the name. So either with caps, uppercase, or with lowercase, and yeah, that's basically what I'm trying to do. So I just want to see if this abstract mark will give me the ISH. Plus, I don't want to do something that is too abstract and is not legible. At the end of the day, if it's not legible, then the aim of the logo is being defeated. So let me try something else again. I'm thinking of doing a shape here, then I'll have the word Ishidi written inside here. Yeah, don't mind how this looks. The major work is done on the design software, and maybe have a footwear. You see what I was saying about not wanting to do a cliche logo, and I'll just try to see which works. Maybe I'll just do a footwear here, and do it like so. Why I'm actually working with this box like shape is because footwears are mostly packaged in boxes, so just want to do something that will house it, and that's my rationale for doing this. Yeah, so I have that. Then let me try an abstract or polygon like footwear. Let me try a polygon like footwear. Yeah, I have that. Then so I've had designers say they don't clean when they are doing their ideation. Well, that's their creative process, but I do clean by having this little thing, uh, this little shape in this um, on this shape here. It gives me an idea of an abstract leg. So this gives me an idea of an abstract leg. I think I can work with, that's this, right? It gives me an idea of an abstract leg, and I think I can work with something like that. So let me see if I can. So I have my icon now. I think I'm ready to hop into Illustrator and do the whole vectorization and all. So this makes sense to me. I believe, I don't know if the guy will like this logo. So if you look, this is my rationale. This is, how do I keep saying rationale? This is the whole concept behind this. There's an eye, right? Which is this pillar thing. If you look at it with the abstract eye, of course, there's an eye here. If I want to make it have the same characteristics, like make it boxy, there's an eye, and then there's an S, which is this here. There's an S with the negative space, and there's a H, which is this. So I don't know if you're seeing that there's an ISH there. I don't know if you can see that. Honestly, I should have zoomed this thing even better. I don't know. I'll zoom that. So there's an ISH here, if you can see that. This is the I, this is the S, and this is the H. So I don't know. I think I'll work with this. So enough of the sketching, since I have an idea. Yeah, let's hop onto Illustrator and do the magic. Sorry, I had to put my cap, face my cap forward because the light is kicking into my eyes, and I don't know, it's really hurting my eyes, and yeah, just to reduce the glare that enters into my eyes. So let's open Illustrator. Let's open Adobe Illustrator. That's my champ crying. I don't know if you hear the baby's voice, but God has blessed us with a baby, and that's my champ crying. Yeah, so sorry, just give me a minute. We are here in Illustrator, and I love working on A3 because A3 gives me that wider artboard to work with. It's just the illusion of having an A4 paper or an A3 paper. An A3 paper is always bigger, so it helps me. It gives me a wider area to draw on or to work with. So I'll just give a name for the brand, Ishidi. Ishidi collection. Ishidi collection. Yep. Then I prefer using landscape instead of portrait. So I also prefer working in centimeters. Some people work in pixels, some work in point pixels. I prefer working in centimeters, so that way I can dial in those little adjustments when I want to reduce something to barest minimum. I don't do anything about the bleed. I just leave it, since I'm not making any magazine design. I'm just designing a logo. Then then CMYK. I work with CMYK because, of course, I'm not really posting anything, not a flyer, so I won't work with RGB for now. I'll just leave it the resolution at 300 ppi and I'm good. Then I'll just hit create. Yep. So after doing that, I want to bring in the design. I want to bring in the design here into Illustrator. So first I'll snap it with my phone, and so let's say import picture from iPhone take. So it really helps me. This comes in pretty handy. So I'll snap the picture from my phone. Let me retake another one. Yeah. So I use this photo, and yeah, there it is in Illustrator. Bam, it's here. So I just want to go back to, I see in Illustrator is on my computer. So I go back to Illustrator. Then where is my desktop? Yeah, I bring the logo in. I reduce the size because it's too big. I reduce the size. Then reduce the opacity up here. Reduce the opacity. So I would still like to try out these other designs, but that will be at my own time. But I'll just work with the one I'm working with. So I want to lock this selection. Go to object and lock selection, or Command 2 or Control 2 if you're on using a Windows laptop. Where your Mac is Command 2. So there are definitely different ways to make this logo. So I'll show you a few ways how I can make this logo fast, there's several ways rather. One of the ways is just to get this box, get it this way, and you might not see me use the tools because I am using the Logitech MX Master 3 mouse, and it's customized, so I can just have my shortcut keys on my mouse, so I don't really need to go to the tool panel to do most of those selections and all. And so I'll reduce the opacity, change the fill color to something I can just see through, then reduce the opacity to somewhere around 50%. Let's say 50%. Yeah, 50% is good. So I don't really need to lock this, do I? Yeah, so I'll make another shape, and sorry, my rectangle tool is still customized on my keyboard, on my mouse rather. Then I'll align to selection, right? It's already aligned. I want to give this another color too, then reduce the opacity. So if you can see through, you will see that you see the shape in between. You see the shape where the S feels like the S is coming through. So I'm centering that. Then I want to keep this. I always love keeping this shape so that in case I want to come back after I've destroyed after I've destroyed destroyed the whole shapes. Yeah, so I'll duplicate this again, then I'll reduce this a bit, then I'll hit R on my keyboard to rotate. So I want to rotate, then put it somewhere here, and I'm also duplicating that. Hold Alt, or I guess is hold Option on Mac, I guess is Alt on Windows, then bring it down here. So I will advise when designing you always zoom in. So I want to zoom in to see the very edges. If you can't see them, you have to use your wireframe, and yeah, so I want to see the very detailed edges so that I can place my my objects on that very edge, so that when I'm cutting it's defined. What I should have done is that I should have selected this one too, so keep it somewhere here. I'll use it for this middle part. Now you can see that when I click I'll use my shape builder tool. I don't have to click here, I have it customized somewhere here. Then I'll just go and delete these unwanted parts in the logo that I don't want. Then I'll merge these ones. You see how quick that is? See how quick that is for me? So, and maybe I'll just add this, or I can still use this since the width is kind of almost the same to this, and reduce it back here. Group this, that's a grouping, still customize my selection. So I can use the shape builder tool, or I can use the pathfinder tool, whichever one works for you. You can use any one that works for you. So I just click. So you see now I have this logo, right? All we need to do is go and increase the opacity and turn it to black. So you see that we have this logo already. See, as easy as it is, it's so quick. But I'll still show you another way to do that. You can still use this. That's like a quick way to do this logo. So I want something that is a bit defined. I don't like the fact that this one is too fat. I want something that will give an illusion of the S back there. So you can use your pen tool now and create an anchor point. So if you create the anchor point like this on the shape, it will just delete it. So you hold shift, so you see it connects. Then you still hold shift to give you a straight line, and lock, yeah, and no, release the shift key. So I just want to be sure if this is aligned, because I know mine is aligned because of the smart guide that I turned on. You can use this vertical align top. So for example, it's not really aligned. When you click on it and go to vertical align top, it aligns your shapes together. So you just go to merge, unite, or shape builder tool. Yeah, then so you see this part, I didn't cut this part out, and I'll still do that. See this part, I didn't cut it out. So it's either you use your direct selection tool, then shift it up, holding shift, so that it fits. But I won't like to do that. I want the edges and the shapes to be consistent. So I'll duplicate this and I'll use this one instead. Okay, let me delete this I'll use this instead to minus front. To do that, give it another color. I'll give it another color so I'll see what I'm doing. So when I use this to cut it off, it's the edges are more consistent for me, and right there. So the edges are more consistent for me. And take this out. So you see that's perfect. So you see when I duplicate this, hold option rather, and duplicate and drag, then you release, then you rotate it or reflect it. So now you see when you bring this close, you see what I was saying, that when you bring them together, they snap and they become one piece or one shape. You can add let's say an outline to an offset part to this, in case you want to do something with the logo. Maybe you want to animate. I'll put it as 0. Let's say 8. Oh, that's not it. Offset parts, let's say 0.08. 0.8. No, it's 2. Okay, I think that's good. I want to make this white and bring it to top. Bring it to the top. No, saving now. Sorry, I have all my keys customized. And so you can do stuff like this, and maybe this. Okay, I was trying to do something, but it's not working for now. So basically what I'm trying to say, when you have this like this, you see that it fits perfectly. So you can now separate them. When I separate them, you see I'm now getting what I'm actually looking for. And you see this, like I said, this is like an abstract leg. It's like an abstract leg since it's a footwear. And you can bring this back, you can bring this in, but this is not going to be in the main logo itself. I don't think I need this in the logo. This will just serve as what I use in the direction. So basically I just need this two. This two is okay for me. Then I group this, Control G. So like I said, this thing is customized again. So I'm not going to work on these ones for now, but it's still the same thing you do. Let me just see if I can do this. Funnily enough, I just saw H in the negative space here. Did you see that? I just saw H in the negative space here. So let's use rectangle tool again. Reduce the opacity. Maybe I want to give it a separate color because give it like green. Use R, or you can just go to the edge of your shape. Once you see this this shape, like two edged arrow, and you can just flip it, like arrow with two heads. You can just flip that and duplicate it again. So it's just okay. Sorry, before I do that, I want to duplicate this so that I can have the straight one. Duplicate it and drag. You'll see why I did that in a minute. And so you go back here and you hit your R, then you rotate it. Go back to your selection tool. Always click on your selection tool before you make any selection. If not, it's not even going to work. And duplicate this. Duplicate this. So that's the last one. And yeah. Then I want to duplicate this in 3 or 5 places. This is why I said 5 places. One here. No, it's not going to be 5. It's just going to be 3. one here, then one here. So you see already from this snap, it's telling me that the equidistance is okay. From the smart guides, the equidistance for the shapes is okay. So like always, you go to your shape builder tool, then I want to delete these parts, delete these parts, delete these parts, delete these parts, and okay, I think there's a little thing I need to do. Add this, delete this, delete this, add these parts, delete this. Yeah, I'm going to delete these two. I'm going to delete this, add this ones. Yeah, like so. So this is where I was saying there's one thing I need to do here, which is this place. I have to take this little shape out, and so let me duplicate this, and I want it perfect. I want that consistency, that flow. I chop it off. Maybe I give this a separate color so I see what I'm doing. And always zoom in to see what you're working with, or see the lines so you can snap them. Yeah. Shape builder tool again, then I delete this part and merge this. So give it a solid color and increase the opacity. So you see already we have this. See how quick it was to have that. So that's why I was saying your ability to sketch doesn't really matter, doesn't really play any role here. It is in the software that you finalize and make everything perfect. So I want to bring this down a bit. I'll just use my eye to see the distance of these other parts, this other shape that we used here, somewhere like this, and I think this is good. So I group this. So you have this other logo here, you have this other icon, and honestly you can just tweak a few things by adding some anchor points, and yeah, just make the thing look. I can just work on this more, and I think for the sake of this video, this is okay for now. Yeah. So, and I hope this video will not be very long, or I'll just make it a 2-series video. So I'll quickly go to the typeface. Let me delete that. I don't want that again. Let me delete that. Delete that. I don't want. So at the end of the day, I think honestly I'll just work with just this alone. I have one font in mind while I was doing this, designing this logo, Ishidi. I had one font, or I have one font in mind, is Norton. So I'll just look for it real quick. Norton, maybe Nortune. Okay, Nortune Extra Black. So this is the reason why I have this font in mind. If you look at this font, it's already giving me the feel of this abstract leg-like thing. And let me use my pencil tool or my brush tool here, and the brush tool will be too big. Let me give it a different color. Say red. Nope, that's not what I want to do. My pencil tool, you click on it, you see it's gonna be red. Then when I drag here, you turn out the stroke, the feel, and there's the stroke. When I drag here, you see that I'm having that leg-like like stuff that I had in mind when sketching the logo. So it's here too. It's just to modify that and to be a good mark for the logo. So I'll just duplicate this and keep somewhere in case I need it. Then I'll turn it to shapes. Sorry, once again, to turn it to shapes is right click. In case you don't know, right click, create outlines, then create outlines. Maybe sometime I'll do an in-depth tutorial on how to use the tools in Adobe Illustrator. I always want to make sure that my logo is snapped. So they say in design school you don't what's that word? You don't what's that word again? You don't stretch text. Yes, I fully agree because it distorts the text. But there are scenarios where I will advise you stretch your text. That's when you understand what you're doing or you have a direct sense of direction of what you're doing. Like in this case, this text is too high for me. I don't like it being too high. I want to bring it down. So I will just drop it down a bit. Yeah, I like it somewhere like so. You see, if you're not here when I'm doing this, you won't know I stretched the text or something, or I distorted the text. So I want it to be about like so. Yeah. Then I'll select on these using my direct selection tool and delete this anchor point, then click on these and somewhere here I'll do that for the same, somewhere here. I'll still tweak all these because I'll still use one for all of them so that it will be perfect. And same thing here. So yes, I'll still delete this and use this, but instead of that I think I'll just use this for this to in the D parts of the logo. Let me ungroup this. To do that real quick, I just want to make a shape behind, send to back, then I just love working fast with Illustrator. I just prefer Illustrator. It helps me work fast. Though I'm still learning Affinity Designer. Affinity 3 is out and I think I'm loving it, but it won't help me do this video fast. That's why I didn't use it for this video. And just me going to my wireframe, then so this is basically what I was saying. So instead of having this thing in the D, I'd prefer to use a custom one. So align it here, then I'll just merge this and make it. But if you see now, this looks like it's not balanced. I'll just shift it a bit. I don't really trust the balance, so I'll bring this holding shift and still do minus front. Yeah, so basically this is what I want to work on. And I thought of this other part, this eye, instead of leaving it like this, and I'll also do the same thing. Where's the shape? So let me bring this back here. No, undo. Okay, let me see. I'll fix that. Alright, so let me reflect this. Okay, so I want to cut out these parts. I don't know if it's like this or like this. I'll just try a few and see which works, and duplicate this onto. Then I also want to cut this off. Cut this off like so. Then I'll reduce the size of this. Yeah, something like this. Yes, I think something like this. So I think I'm already liking the direction I'm going with this. And yeah, so this part is something I thought of while I had the idea for the abstract leg, and adding this just gives the logo a bit of character. And yeah, so now, okay, let me fix these parts. There's a shape here, it's not like select it and minus front, so we won't have to struggle with that. Now we have the word mark. If you look at the colors, are they different? Okay, they're the same. We have the word mark. Then we want to have the collection beneath. There's also this font I love a lot. It's called, what's the name of that font? Ailerons. So there are two ailerons. There's a slimmer one. Yeah, and this is the ailerons I love using. It's clean, it's futuristic, it's just a lot of things. It's classy, it's elegant for me, and so I'll use that to have the collections. And it doesn't have a lowercase, and that's how it comes kerned. And I'll just reduce the size so it fits here. So you see why I say I love this font. So you have the Ishidi collections, just like that. You see this logo is already looking something. It's already looking like something that is a good mark, for a brand. You see you can use these leg like thing as patterns for the brand. Yeah, I made a few more cups in Photoshop which I ended up not using because they didn't fit the brand personality. So I tried other mock-ups which resonated with the brand and fit it well, and also loved by the client. I also tried a few patterns for the brand to see if I can have a brand pattern. I ended up picking two, but at the end of the day I settled with one which also spoke well and fits the brand perfectly. So I realized that this video is going to take forever to finish up, and I thought I should wrap it up with a few visual identity I made for the brand. I know that this is a pretty long video, and honestly I am so glad that you watched till the end. I still remain my humble self, Kankaranamde Benjamin, the professional apprentice aka Pro App, and don't forget to put God first and create again. See you in the next one. Peace and amor.